news just now. Did you make food the other day at my parents' place? Hello, Jasmine. Yeah, I did. Since your mother threw out her back, I spent a few days over there helping out with the chores. Though, other than food, your father took care of everything. Ah, that's what it was about? So, my dad was able to do the household chores? I'd never actually seen him do them. Your mother was surprised too. So, even though I said I would help, there really wasn't much to do. Your dad actually did most of it. I got super lucky, I guess. Really? So, you thought you'd score some more points again with them. Probably thought this was your lucky chance, right? Score some more points? Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. You're desperate to get them to like you, aren't you? That's why you come and try to help in any way possible. Well, they are my in-laws, so it's normal for me to be worried about them. It's not really about scoring points. I want to help out if I can. Yeah, whatever you say. It seems they're completely thrilled with you. You did well, even if you were just sucking up to them. I really didn't do it for that reason. I was just honestly worried. They're slowing down a bit, and I can tell things are getting tougher for them. You don't need to hide it. I know you're probably amazed with how rich my family is compared to yours. I know that's why you're trying to get on their good side. Well, I do in fact want them to like me, but it's just because I want to get along with my husband's parents. It has nothing to do with them being wealthy or not. Isn't it normal that I would want to take good care of them? Yeah, let's pretend like that's it. So, what did you make for them? Potato stew or something like that? Yeah, actually, potato stew. Is there something wrong with that? Really? Wait, you really made them potato stew? Are you kidding me? Yeah, what's the big deal? My parents just sent me a bunch of vegetables. OMG! So they ate those peasant vegetables? My family has different standards from yours. I can't believe they actually ate potato stew. Actually, they both said that it was delicious. They also thought my family's vegetables were great. Yeah, that's just because they're being polite. That's really too bad. I bet they puked it right up when you weren't looking. Looks like you won't be scoring points this time after all. Would you please stop calling it scoring points? That way of saying it is rude to your parents too. You make it seem like they're keeping tally of who they like. Don't preach to me. I know my parents way better than you do. Just because they faked liking your peasant stew doesn't mean they actually like you. Slow your roll. I don't think I'm getting too excited. I'm just saying that things are different from how you're putting it. I'm sorry if I upset you. You're honestly so annoying. You sucking up to my parents is causing problems for me, so just cut it out. Causing you problems? How so? I had no intention to cause any trouble for you. They've been sending me less money recently. That's because they've been sending things to you. Because of you, I couldn't get the bag that I wanted. I'm sorry, but that's their decision. I never asked them to send me anything. It's good for you, isn't it? You just send them some ordinary stuff and they send you back expensive stuff in return. Before, you sent them some vegetables and in return you got back some expensive steaks, right? You figured out how to print money. That's not what I think of it. I'm not kind to people for my own benefit. Also, please don't make fun of my family's vegetables. My parents put in a lot of effort for those and they really are top quality. Oh my god. Are you trying to act like the good girl? Like I told you, that's not what I'm doing. Whatever. I'm worried I'll become poor just talking to you. It's really gross seeing you try to suck up to rich people. You're really conniving. You know that? Hey, Hannah! What have you been whispering in Andy's ear? When I mentioned you to him, he suddenly got mad at me. Whispering in his ear? What is this about? You always seem to find a way to make it seem like I'm doing something sneaky. Oh, so you did say something. Because you're still angry about what happened the other day? So you actually tried to make it seem like I was the one bad-mouthing him? I have no idea what you're talking about. I really don't remember saying anything. If he said something to you rather than me, isn't that because there's a problem with you? Why are you acting like you're better than me? It's so annoying. Oh, well, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't marry Andy in order to get along well with you. Anyway, didn't he just get angry with you because you were talking bad about me? You sure are feisty for a sister-in-law. Don't you have any respect for your husband's family, aka me? Lately, he's been criticizing me a lot. I know it has something to do with you. Before he married you, it wasn't like this. Give me back my nice brother. You've tainted him. He's a grown adult. He's independent and has his own family. He's not just going to be your little brother who does whatever you say forever. It's not just about him. My parents also used to be nice to me, but lately they've been comparing me to you and complaining all the time. It's because you've messed everything up. Take some responsibility for your actions. Please stop trying to play the blame game with everything. What? Is your head screwed on right enough? You're saying I'm playing the blame game? Isn't that what you're doing right now? No, I'm recognizing the source of the problem, and it's you. So of course I'm going to be angry with you. Well, both of your parents and my husband were saying the same thing. What? What were they saying? That they always had to scold you for your behavior. You had a bad attitude when you were a kid, and you still act selfish at times now. So aren't you the one that needs to improve? OMG! What are you saying? That was a long time ago. That has nothing to do with right now. Of course it has everything to do with right now. This is the result of your behavior over the past years just piling up. Don't blame someone else for that, please. You need to look at yourself before you start pointing the finger at others. I don't need to hear this from some broke loser. We weren't even talking about that stuff right now. If I think you're to blame for this, then you're the one to blame for it. What? Feelings don't dictate the truth of a situation. Please control your emotions. Do you really think that kind of childish logic is going to fly? You joined this family like 2 seconds ago. Don't try to act like you're better than me. I'm your sister-in-law. You should respect me. Plus, you've got an awfully big attitude for the daughter of peasant farmers from the boonies. It's just as Andy said. You really don't listen to what other people are saying, do you? I don't know if it was always this way, but now that you're older, shouldn't you try to stop being selfish? I don't care about that stuff, so apologize already. I'm sorry for pretending like I'm better than you or something like that. None of this would be happening if it weren't for you. Okay then. So if I apologize, then things will be better? That's right. I mean, if you had it in you to apologize, then you should have just apologized from the start. But whatever. You're so dumb. Having taken on a condescending tone, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. And when are you coming here? Huh? What are you talking about? Do you think that's enough? You think you can just apologize by text and you're done? Surely you don't think that, right? You can't possibly be poor and stupid. You're asking me to do more than what I've already done? Huh? You really don't have common sense, do you? Of course you need to come and apologize in person. So come here and bring an apology gift too. Then I'll forgive you. That's not going to happen. If you want someone to entertain you like that, then please find someone else. I'm not going to play your games with you anymore. Wow, you've got some attitude on you. So you can't even apologize like a proper grown-up? That's the thing about people from the boonies. It's too bad people like you don't get properly educated. How about you? Were you educated properly? Don't you think that your parents would disapprove of your attitude? Would you shut up already? I'm tired of listening to broke, sore losers. Anyway, just come and apologize, okay? Hannah, did you send your stupid peasant vegetables here again? Are you trying to harass us? It's annoying for us, so please stop. It's not harassment. Your parents specifically asked for them, and we're so happy when they came. Selling those at a farmer's market would bring in a ton of money. They're not just ordinary vegetables. You don't need to pretend to be rich. It's easy to see right through you. Peasant vegetables would never be expensive. That's very judgmental of you. Our vegetables happen to be well known for their sweetness. Sweetness? Sweet vegetables sound disgusting. Plus, I had some and they tasted no different than regular stuff in the supermarket. And I would know. I'm used to eating high-class French food. I don't really have a palate for cheap food. Oh, I'm glad to hear you tried some. Yeah, my mom made some food with them for me. I didn't get the big deal, though. Mom told me I should eat more because they're special or whatever nonsense you told her. I think it's a waste of time, though. Yes, please have a proper taste. You should taste that they have a unique sweetness. I just had some right now, and yeah, I don't taste any sweetness. Yeah, turns out peasant vegetables are pretty bad. If this is expensive, then it's a huge ripoff. Maybe you should have your tongue checked by a doctor? Or maybe your whole family? Well, if you're going to go that far, I'm not going to hold back anymore. I'll be canceling my contract with your husband. It's really too bad, but I really have no choice at this point. What? My husband? Wait a second. What are you talking about? Oh, you didn't know? Our vegetables are used at your husband's restaurant. I think about half of their vegetables are from us. Huh? What? I didn't hear about that from him. I think you're full of it. I've delivered the vegetables there myself many times, so I'm 100% sure. I also met Andy through your husband. You didn't know? Stop with the jokes. You didn't hear about this from your husband? Talking about work is boring, so I don't listen. Even if I had heard about you from him, there's no way I would remember it. But my husband is running a high-class French restaurant. There's no way he would use cheap ingredients like these. And he certainly wouldn't use ingredients that I thought tasted bad. Okay. If you say so, then I guess that must be how it is. So our vegetables don't suit the palate of my highly confident sister-in-law? No, of course not. Because they're peasant vegetables. You should thank me for even eating them. My husband would flip out if those vegetables were used at his restaurant. Okay then. So I'll just tell my parents that we are stopping the contract. Would you please let your husband know for me? Okay. If you really do have a contract, then I would ask him to cancel it myself anyway. Besides, these kinds of lies get exposed very quickly, so maybe you should stop? You're welcome to think whatever you want. Just tell your husband for me, okay? Oh, I will inform my parents of your opinion regarding our vegetables. It will be noted for future reference. Yeah, I get it. You don't stop, do you? Don't worry, I'll be sure to tell my husband. We'll have a good laugh about all this nonsense that you made up. Your tongue isn't the only thing that's messed up. Poor and stupid. You really are the definition of hopelessness. I'm gonna call you over and over again, so answer already! Sorry, I was in the middle of work. Is something wrong? What do you think? Hurry up and return the contract to how it was before! Right now! Oh, is that what this is about? The contract between my family and your husband's restaurant? I suppose you found out that I wasn't making it up. Yes! Your parents told my husband the reason for stopping the contract. He got really angry, saying I was trying to ruin his business. I think he's going to ask for a divorce. He was super mad at me. So that means you want me to reinstate the contract? But you said that our vegetables can't be used because they taste bad. Are you sure it's really okay for me to reinstate the contract? Is it okay for your husband to use our peasant vegetables? Stop being annoying and just do what I say. It's fine, so just go back to how it was. Do the contract again. Aren't you going to listen to what I want? Impossible. What? Why? If you tell him that it was your misunderstanding, the whole thing will be fixed. I phrased that poorly. It's not that it's impossible. It's that I'm totally unwilling. What? I'm saying that we'll go back to using your peasant vegetables in our restaurant. We decided it's okay. The right thing is for you to thankfully reinstate the contract. The one who wants the contract reinstated is not me, but you, right? You haven't once said sorry to me for what you said, let alone realize this whole situation came about because of you. That's why I'm being amicable. I'm saying we'll take the trouble to reinstate the contract with you. Amicable? Are you being serious? Don't make it seem like you're doing us any favors. Of course I'm being serious. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have contacted you. You're the one who needs to quit joking. If that's true, is it okay for me to send these messages to your husband? If you're being serious, then that's not a problem, right? We don't need to do that, do we? After being yelled at by him, I was a bit flustered. So I guess my tone with you may have been a little impatient. Did you look at the things you wrote? You weren't just a little impatient. It was like you weren't remorseful at all. Like you were ordering me around. I'm apologizing! So it's all good now, right? Why do you talk like that? You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm not changing my mind. It's impossible to have an actual conversation with you. Wait! Hold on, for real. So it's okay with you that we get divorced because of this? Because of me? You can't possibly be that delusional. I think it's the fault of the person who has been ridiculing a family and looking down on people. All right, I get it. I'm sorry. I'll apologize. So for real, don't send the messages to my husband. Oops, I already sent the screenshots. OMG, you did? You haven't really done that, have you? I think you'll find out pretty soon if I really did or not. Stop joking! You better not have sent them. Wait a second. My husband and parents won't stop calling me! Maybe it's about the screenshots I sent him? Your husband's restaurant is closed at this time, right? Yeah, he must be preparing for dinner service right now. Whatever! Why are you doing things like this? I didn't give you permission to send those messages to him. I don't need your permission. I got it from your brother. What? Why would he say that? Wait, you're together right now? Then tell him to do something about this. I don't think that's possible. Your attitude towards me and my parents has gotten him pretty angry. He told me to do as I please. You don't need to listen to him. Anyway, do something to fix this quickly. My phone won't stop ringing and it's freaking me out. What's happening over there is really not my concern. I think an apology for having said that my family's vegetables taste bad would be first. And take back calling us peasants. All right, fine. I'm sorry. So, since I'm apologizing, tell my husband and my parents you made a mistake, okay? If you're really going to apologize, then do it quickly. I don't have all day. I'm sorry for calling you peasants. I won't say it anymore, so please forgive me already. Okay, that's fine, right? So hurry up and tell my husband that there's been a misunderstanding. Huh? That's it? That's all you're going to say? What? What do you mean, that's it? I apologized the way you told me to. Do you not have common sense? To apologize properly, you need to apologize in person. I was told that it's common sense to bring an apology gift and apologize to them at their home. What are you talking about? Is this supposed to be payback? It's not payback or anything. It's just what you taught me. Are you unable to do the thing that you were telling others to do? All right, I get it. I'll bring something over. I don't care what it takes. So please tell my husband that I apologized right away. Then you'll be satisfied, right? Okay, fine. If you actually come and apologize, then I'll message him. Are you stupid? How long do you think it takes for me to get to your place? By the time I get there, he'll have divorced me already. Well, that's your problem, isn't it? That has nothing to do with me. You're causing me so much trouble. I think we might actually get divorced. Haven't you been treated well enough up until now? My parents have been taking good care of you, haven't they? Your parents were kind to me. From you, I've gotten nothing but nastiness. It's like you're not related to them at all. That's why I apologized. Please, I don't want to get divorced. It's really gross seeing you suck up to someone just because you're in a pinch. Did you think I would forgive you so easily? Looks like your sense of taste is just as bad as your common sense. Jasmine's husband ended up finding her before she had time to come to my place and apologize. Let's just say she found herself in a rather tight situation. Her parents and her husband joined together in giving her a very harsh scolding. She also, of course, apologized again to me and my parents in person. To her credit, she actually did bring a gift. We reinstated the contract with her husband, but on the condition that it will be immediately annulled if she acts inappropriately towards me again. As for my husband, he was quite angry about the situation. He made his sister promise to no longer contact me directly. Jasmine's husband filled out the divorce papers right in front of me. He announced that if anything like that happens again, they will be getting divorced immediately. He pleaded with us to trust them again, even if only this one time. We agreed to his proposal. You might think we're being too easy on her, but we decided to forgive her if she learned how to do farm work on our friend's farm for 6 months. My sister-in-law cried so much that her eyes swelled up. She seems to have reflected on her behavior. We'll have to see how it goes for a while. But if it's to the point of crying, she really should not have acted that way in the first place. I wonder how my sister-in-law is going to change from here forward. Will she change at all? I don't know yet, but I think it would be nice if she improved even just a little. But if she isn't able to change at all, then I guess she really is the definition of hopelessness.
Hey, Temp! I hope you finished those documents for our meeting tomorrow. The CEO is going to be there, so we don't want to dilly-dally on getting everything ready. Hello, Susan. Which documents are you referring to? Susan! A little casual, I must say. Please refer to me as Mrs. Stevenson. Are you telling me you're not aware of the documents for the meeting? I sent an email about it last week. Don't tell me you haven't been checking your emails. This job isn't something you can just roll out of bed and do. Please don't make light of it. I don't believe that I received an email about those certain documents, and I'm certainly not making light of this job. I checked with Jack, and he said that the documents hadn't been prepared yet, so I offered to get them ready myself. Did you originally want me to do that task? That's clear, isn't it? If you checked your email, you would have seen my direct order to take care of that task. Then you wouldn't have to bother Mr. Thompson with your trivial questions. Anyway, try to be more on the ball next time. Honestly, Mrs. Stevenson, I did not receive the email. If I did, I would have started on it right away. Are you implying that I'm not telling the truth? That's some gall coming from a temp like you. You know, I'm the one who decides whether you get your next contract or not, right? May I ask when you sent that email? You shouldn't ignore my question, young lady. Ah, okay, I understand. I emailed you about it last Monday. I also left a note on your desk about it this morning. I'm guessing you didn't see that either? I guess I didn't see the note nor the email. I do apologize. However, I went ahead and finished the documents, so they're all ready for tomorrow's meeting. I've got it covered. So, you're just disregarding the fact that you ignored my orders. As a temp, it's not smart to bypass your superiors like that. Doing so will make you seem quite arrogant and won't bode well for your future at the company. I'm doing you a favor by telling you this. Trust me, the faster you change your cocky attitude, the better you'll adjust to the office environment. That wasn't the case at all, Mrs. Stevenson. I apologize if you misunderstood. I was only trying to let you know that I completed the tasks that you were referring to. Times like these, I wonder if hiring temp staff is really a viable option. They really are slow sometimes. Full-time employees do a much better job of staying in the loop of these sort of things. I guess the higher-ups wanted to cut costs by hiring more temp staff, so here we are, I guess. Well, I think there are a lot of temp staff who do a great job. They're an important part of any company, in my humble opinion. I'm actually not a temp myself, but I do see their tremendous value. You're not a temp yourself. Don't tell me you're just saying that to avoid punishment for your mistake. You know you should be upfront with these things, right? I'm being honest. I'm actually a full-time staff member. What? You just started, right? All the new staff right now are temporary. There's no use trying to cover up the fact. What's your name again? Claire. Well, Claire, I am your boss, so it's part of my job to know who each person is that works under me, including all the temps. I'm getting a bit tired of the back talk, to be honest. There must be some kind of confusion. I must insist I really am a full-time employee. If you're my boss, it's a bit strange that you don't know my actual position. Mrs. Stevenson, you don't have access to personnel information, do you? Are you accusing me of lying? You've got to watch your mouth, young lady. Not at all. Today is actually my first day. I didn't want to step on any toes, so I went ahead and made the documents. I know that you're the one who's responsible for all the meeting materials, so I apologize for not checking with you earlier. Really? So it's your first day and you're already trying to directly disobey your work responsibilities. In what way? I was just trying to help. Are you still at the office? I'm actually just getting ready to head home for the day. Why? Stay there. Unless I explain this in person, there's no way you're going to learn. Are you talking about right now? You should know I'm not a woman who's just gonna sit back and take abuse from a new employee, much less a temp. Wait there, I'm coming now. I was just about to go home, but I guess I could stay a little longer. This is more important than going home early. As your boss, you need to listen to what I have to say. Young women like you come into the company and think they can charm their way to the top? That's something I really can't stand. You're in need of a reality check. Claire, wait right there in the staff room. Okay, I guess I'll wait here.
How was your first day at the office, hun? You must be tired. Put your feet up and rest. Tomorrow's looking like it's gonna be busy.
Oh, hey Dad. I'm still at the office actually. I'm just waiting for Mrs. Stevenson. She said she wanted to talk to me.
Who? Susan?
Yeah, she told me to call her by her last name though.
Is that right? And she's asked you to stay late on your first day. Are you serious? What could that be about?
She asked me to stay, so I thought it's best to listen to her, seeing as she's my boss. Who knows, it could be a good chance to learn about the company. She's a bit bristly though.
Yeah, she can be a bit rough around the edges, especially with the other women. I've personally never had a problem with her, but asking you to stay late on your first day? There's only so much that you can do, isn't there? It can't be any important project or anything.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Anyways, I'm just waiting for her now. She's gonna talk to me about something or other. Hopefully everything goes fine. I don't want to make a bad impression, especially on my first day.
It does seem a bit strange for Susan to directly ask you to stay late. She mostly oversees the temp staff. Honestly, we've had some bad feedback from previous temps in the past about her. I'll look into it and let you know.
Don't worry too much about it, Dad. I'll be fine. If I'm gonna work here, I have to do things for myself. I can't be just asking favors from the CEO all the time.
Well, honey, me being the CEO is the reason you got hired into this company. It's only natural that I make sure that my little girl is treated fairly.
Yeah, don't worry, Dad. I'll be fine, really.
Well, just don't stay too late. If she keeps you past 9 p.m., I'll send a car to pick you up, okay?
It's alright, I'll take the subway home. It'll still be running, don't worry. Thanks, though. I'm at the hospital. Why did you have to do that?
Hospital? Wouldn't you say going to the hospital is a bit of an overreaction given what happened? Be considerate and don't waste the doctor's time. Grow a backbone while you're at it.
I don't think this is about overreacting or anything like that.
Going to the hospital for a slap on the cheek? I'd say that's an overreaction. Taking a little punishment is just part of being a temp. This stuff happens, darling. Nothing out of the ordinary. Best get used to it. This company takes a Spartan approach to building the toughest, most durable employees. It'll do you good in the long run.
What are you talking about? I'm not a temp. Today was my first day as an employee of this company, and you lectured me and struck me 30 times in the face. That's why I'm in the hospital now. I'm asking you, why did you do that?
You're making light of the way things go at the company. I needed to teach you a lesson on how to communicate with your superiors.
Teach a lesson by slapping someone? How's that supposed to instill anything in an employee? The only thing it instills is a negative impression of the company. Besides, I've never heard of a Spartan company where superiors wail on their employees. Like, what the hell? Seriously.
Well, Claire, I know you're a bit green to this whole business world, but you gotta understand that there's a food chain to all of this. I am the big fish. You're the small fish. If you're lucky, you might grow into a big fish someday, but before that happens, you have to respect those above you. You've got a long way to go, and I'm not sure if you've got a shot, but don't get angry at me for trying to help you.
Trying to help me? I would appreciate it if you didn't try to sugarcoat what happened. Any type of rationalization that this is good for employees is just backwards.
Watch how you talk to me, young lady. Did you not learn from what just happened? And to go to the hospital after that. The hospital, come on. Working here is not going to be an easy ride for someone as mentally weak as you. All I'm saying is you should get used to it now, or this is going to keep happening again and again.
You're being unreasonable. I think this has been a huge misunderstanding. I really don't know how it came to this.
The only misunderstanding is you going to the hospital after a little tap on the face. Like, seriously, you've got to toughen up. The business world is dog eat dog, and without the proper mindset, you won't get very far, trust me. All this from a temp. A temp calling me, the head of online sales, unreasonable. You're really pushing it. I've got to actually tell you something. What now?
I'm not a temp, as I've been telling you. My father is the CEO of this company. He's heading over to the hospital as we speak.
Your father is the CEO. Oh, good one. And I'm the president's girlfriend.
Mrs. Stevenson, I know that you may think that I'm joking, but now might be a good time to start really paying close attention. I'll even use easy words so that you can understand clearly. My father is Joel Davis. I am Claire Davis. He is my father. He's the CEO of this company. You got it?
You're Joel Davis's daughter. No, really.
It seems like you do know who my father is. We share the same last name, so I'm surprised you didn't put two and two together sooner. I actually joined this company as a regular employee in order to learn about the IT sales industry. See, there's a chance that if I do well, I might be able to move into a managerial role. However, it was quite a shock to find out there are some irregularities in the company.
Irregularities?
For instance, the Spartan training that you mentioned to toughen up new employees. I didn't hear any other managers from different departments mentioning that.
Well, that's just my style, I guess.
Yes, not to mention what went on today. I'm guessing that's something that the other managers would never do. Slapping someone 30 times? A new employee, no less? That's something that would set up a lot of red alerts if the higher-ups found out about it.
You're not going to tell your father about what happened today, right, Claire? It could be our secret, right? I'm sure we could figure out a way to smooth things over between us. You like steak. How about a dinner on me? Luxurio Steakhouse is fantastic. I'll treat you to a dinner. Water under the bridge, right?
Too late, I'm afraid. While I was waiting to see the doctor, I called my father and told him everything. What you did to me? How you toughen up the temp staff by physically assaulting them? Your twisted views on a Spartan-style company? I told him everything.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I went ahead and told Jack as well. Given that he's your boss, I figured he'd be the best one to talk to. He was pretty upset to hear about what happened. More like enraged, I guess.
You told Jack too? You didn't need to go and tell him too. We could have worked this out ourselves, Claire. Besides, if I knew who you really were, I would never have dreamed of talking to you the way I did. If you really were a temp, it would be totally different, right? You understand where I'm coming from, right? It's not like I had any malicious intent or anything like that. I was simply trying to help you succeed in the company.
I believe if you strike someone 30 times in the face, that might be what is referred to as malicious intent. Are you seriously still trying to save face?
I understand too that 30 times might have been a bit much, but you have to understand the position I'm in.
Oh, abusing those lower than you from a position of power?
You should understand as a woman. Making it to the top of this male-dominated business world is more difficult than you could ever imagine. It takes a cutthroat attitude to succeed as a woman. Knowing that, I try to instill that same mindset into other women I meet along the way.
I think that those 2 points are totally unrelated, Susan. It's a real stretch to play the feminism card to rationalize harassment and violence in the office. I think that you're still not understanding the gravity of the situation. This simply cannot happen.
Okay, I admit, this time I was in the wrong. I will apologize. A written apology if you request. That should clear things up, shouldn't it? If I had known that you were the CEO's daughter, I would have never placed a finger on you. You know that, right, Claire?
Miss Davis.
Yes, you understand, right, Miss Davis? If an apology won't suffice, perhaps we could discuss a settlement. Under the table, of course.
It doesn't matter if it was against me or any other temp staff for that matter. Striking another employee is unacceptable under any condition. Also, upon checking with Jack, it seems that this case might be grounds for dismissal based on gross misconduct.
What are you inferring?
You will almost certainly be losing your job. It might be good to start mentally preparing for that.
You're going to fire me for this. Miss Davis, this job is my life. I wake up every morning and read our company's set of beliefs over 20 times in front of the mirror. I live and breathe X Corp. I'm a lifer here. You can't do this to me.
Oh, it won't be me firing you directly. It'll be direct orders from the CEO. Then Jack will probably be the one to contact you. Oops, I probably shouldn't be saying any of this until it's official. Anyways, if you really thought that this job was your life, you probably should have read the employee manual a bit more closely. Nowhere in there does it mention physical abuse or Spartan punishment.
How dare you doubt my commitment to this company? Of course I read the manual. Plenty of times I made notes in it too. I even shared lots of my ideas with your father. He might not have returned my emails, but it was valid input.
Oh, I wonder why he didn't reply. I should also let you know that I'm going to submit an injury report. Most likely a police investigation will follow that, meaning you might be questioned in the next couple days. Just a fair warning, it's probably better to tell them all the details of what happened. We wouldn't want any discrepancies with my account of the incident.
Police? Are you serious? There is absolutely no need to get the police involved in this. I've never had to deal with this once up until this point. All the other temps took their lesson to heart. They even called me a life changer for them. How about that?
Is that so? Consider yourself lucky up to this point then. However, I did talk to my father about this too. He suggested that it may be a good idea to contact the previous temp staff who trained under you. Depending on the results of that, there could be a class action lawsuit.
Lawsuit? This is crazy. Why are you trying to back me into a corner? You're taking this way too far.
Think of all the temps that you backed into a corner. Even me on my first day? I don't even want to know how many there were before me. Taking this to court would be the just thing to do to make up for all the pain and hurt that you caused them.
What did I do? What proof do you have?
It's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. Your days of harassing, physically abusing, and humiliating subordinates are over, Susan.
This is all just a misunderstanding. It was a way of teaching them. Miss Davis, you saw what I was trying to do, didn't you? It was all to prepare women for the hazardous workplace environment they were heading into.
If you truly read the manual, you'd know that the company has its own policies for reprimanding employees. To no surprise, none of them involve slapping someone in the face. If you truly read and studied the manual, then how come you chose to input your own style of punishment on these helpless new employees?
I've been working at this company for 14 years. I don't deserve to just be laid off like
some temp?
I deserve more respect. I demand to discuss this with HR directly, with my lawyer.
There will be plenty of time for that. In the meantime, I suggest keeping a low profile at home. The police might come by tomorrow, so keep an eye out for them too.
What am I going to do? What do I say to the police? And that trial? Is there really going to be a suit against me?
Yeah, not sure. Good luck with all that. My dad was furious when I told him about what Susan had been up to. He proceeded to call Susan directly to give her the news that she'd been dismissed due to gross misconduct involving temporary staff members. Over the next month, more of the previous temp staff who used to work under her came forward, sharing their stories of abuse and intimidation. The stories combined were enough to make up a class action lawsuit, which would take place in the following year or two depending on the court. Without a job, Susan had no way to pay for legal fees and faced certain jail time given the overwhelming evidence against her. Perhaps some prison time would be a good taste of the Spartan lifestyle that she intimidated others with for so long.
Hi, Jenny. I'm sorry to message you late at night. I know you're probably busy, but I could really use some relationship advice from you. Hey, Cassidy. You want advice on your love life from me? You always help me out at work, and the things you say are always so spot on and helpful. So it would mean a lot if I could also get a little bit of help with my love life, too. I appreciate the flattery, but I don't know if anything I say would be that much help for you. Are you sure you want to ask me? I don't care. I trust you, and I don't feel comfortable asking anyone else. Okay. If you insist, I'll do my best. Don't get mad if I can't be that much help, though. Oh my god, thank you, Jenny! So, I recently developed feelings for someone other than my boyfriend. Oh no. Are you serious? Exactly. In a situation like this, who should I choose? Hold on a second. Sorry if I'm being a little intrusive, but can I double-check something with you? What do you need to double-check with me? Your current boyfriend is the guy I introduced you to, right? Finn? My longtime family friend and one of your clients? You're still dating him, no? Yeah, that's him. We celebrated our second anniversary the other day. I see. So, everything was going relatively well between you and Finn. But regardless of that, you fell in love with another person? Is that right? Yeah. I feel bad because you introduced me to Finn. But you know how they say you should trust your gut when it comes to love, right? I just have this gut feeling that this other guy is the one. I feel like he's my soulmate. It's a little awkward for me since Finn is one of my oldest friends, but I also get that you can't change how you feel. If you're in love with someone else, you're in love with someone else. I think you should trust your heart and follow it to whoever it leads you to. If you think this other person is your soulmate, maybe you should give that a shot. So, does that mean you're okay with me leaving Finn? Do you support me choosing this path? I can't support you wholeheartedly for obvious reasons. Like I said, he's a good friend of mine. I introduced you to him thinking you two would get along. But if you're going to go for this other guy, make sure you end things with Finn. It wouldn't be fair to Finn if you strung him along. Okay, thank you for your advice. I'm going to break up with Finn right now. Wait, right now? You're being shockingly calm about this. I mean, I can just break up with him over text. Like you said, I should value my gut instinct rather than stay in my 2-year relationship with Finn, right? I guess so. As long as you end things with Finn, I don't see why starting a new relationship with the person you truly love would be a problem. Good luck with this new guy. Thank you so much, Jenny. So, in order to make that happen, can you leave your husband? What now? What does my husband have to do with any of this? Yeah, like I said, I want you to leave your husband so that I can be with him. Oh, wait, are you saying that the person you like is Colin? You're in love with my husband? Yeah, I'm in love with Colin. This can't be happening. And there's actually something else I need to tell you. The thing is, Colin and I have actually been seeing each other on the down low for almost 6 months. You're already dating him? But I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to sneak around anymore. I want to take Colin seriously. I want us to be a couple. So please, Jenny, could you leave Colin for me? I can't believe this is happening. This is a literal nightmare. Oh my god. Is this real? Are you being serious right now? Colin's been cheating on me for 6 months? How is that even possible? I guess you could say it was love at first sight? Do you remember that time Colin came to the end of your party last Christmas to pick you up? I thought he was so thoughtful and sweet. I like guys like that. Is that why you made a move on Colin? Oh, no. There are obviously a bunch of other reasons, but that was what started it all. He's good-looking and successful. He's a young manager at an industry-leading firm. He's perfect for me in so many ways. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. You're the one that told me to follow my gut instinct and go after the person I love, right? So please divorce Colin. It's the only way I can be with him. Hey Finn, how's it going? Do you have time to talk right now? I wanted to talk to you about Cassidy. Oh, that's odd timing, because I just broke up with Cassidy. You two just broke up? Well, I guess so. She texted me, "We need to break up," out of the blue. That's all she said? Since when was breaking up as easy as a simple text? How would I know? I tried to get her to meet me in person so that we could talk things over, but she kept saying stuff like she didn't want to see me anymore because things are over between us. Seems like she made up her mind. Oh my god, I can't believe she actually did that. I tried to call her a couple of times, but she's been ignoring my calls. And then, guess what happened next? She sent me a list of like 100 things that she doesn't like about me. She called it the things that made me hate you list. She sent you 100 things? Who in their right mind would do that to someone? Ugh, that's so messed up, Finn. I'm sorry this is happening to you. Yeah, that honestly got to me. She included our 2nd anniversary date on the list too. She said the gift I got her was cheap and tacky and she wanted to go to a fancier hotel. That's ridiculous. How shallow could she be? She said it was suffocating being with me every day. She said she hated that I didn't give her an allowance or take her out on fancy dates. She said she hated everything I did. And eventually, all of that made her fall out of love with me. Wait, is that all she said when she was explaining why she wants to leave you? What do you mean, all she said? She gave me 100 different reasons. That looked like more than enough reasons to me. I'm not talking about the number of reasons. She didn't mention my husband at all in this conversation? Colin? No, why would we talk about him? Well, this is kind of hard to say, but... She didn't mention that she's been cheating on you with my husband? She's what? What are you talking about? I can't believe she'd hide the real reason she wants to end things with you and put the blame on you. That's so selfish. I can't believe she'd do this to you.
Wait, are you being serious right now? Jenny, please tell me you're lying. You're Cassidy's manager. How could she disrespect you like that?
Cassidy told me herself like half an hour ago. And I messaged Colin about it just now and he confirmed it too. You won't believe how disgustingly flippant he was when I called him out. He said it's normal for guys to have affairs with younger women and there wasn't anything wrong with it.
What the hell? What kind of logic is he operating on? I can't believe anyone could do this to the person they love.
We can't just let this be water under the bridge. I can't forgive them for what they did to both of us. And Cassidy, she could have been honest with you about why she wanted to leave you instead of coming up with 100 reasons why she hates you. It's childish and spiteful and ugh!
Hey, Jenny, relax. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I think I'll get over this pretty quickly thanks to how blatantly messed up the whole situation is.
You might be fine, but I won't. Cassidy stole my husband and hurt you. I am never, ever going to forgive her. She's not getting away with this. Hello, Jenny. Thank you so much for agreeing to divorce Colin. I appreciate it so much. Thanks to you, Colin and I were able to get married officially today.
Ah, you two already got married. I see you two are moving fast.
I've been keeping it quiet this whole time because I wanted to wait for the right moment to announce it. But I'm pregnant with Colin's baby.
You're pregnant?
I know! Isn't it amazing? So I'm going to be resigning at the end of the month. From now on, I'm going to be focusing on creating a happy family with Colin and our baby.
Oh, I see. You're resigning too? I wasn't informed of any of this as your manager.
Thank you for everything the last few years.
I don't care if you resign, but you better pay every single penny that I invoiced you and Colin. I'm sure you've heard from him, but I'm suing both you and Colin $30,000 each as consolation for all the stress you caused me.
Of course I know about that. Don't worry, I'm not going to run off without paying you. And plus, it's not so hard for me to pay that amount. I actually deposited the money already, so it should be deposited in your bank account sometime today.
What? You already paid the $30,000?
I don't know if you recall, Jenny, but I come from quite a wealthy family.
Oh, right. I remember you mentioned that when you first joined the team. Your parents owned some properties around the city, right?
Yep, and thanks to them, the money you requested is nothing. I actually even paid Collins $30K too.
You paid for both of you? That's $60K.
I mean, he left you so that he could be with me. Paying for Colin is the least I can do.
Huh. How generous of you. I don't know if Colin is worth any of that generosity, given what he's done.
That's how much I love him. And I'm the type of person who would do anything for love. He's kind and handsome and makes a lot of money and is a successful manager. He's the perfect package. Colin and I are meant to be.
If you say so.
If I can be with him, a little bit of money isn't a big deal. Thank you for divorcing Colin so that we can be happy.
Enjoy the peace while it lasts, Cassidy. You won't be able to be so happy when I'm done with you.
Come on now. There's no reason to spoil things with threats.
Do you really think you and Colin can be happy after all the people you hurt? You think it's that simple?
Oh my god, Jenny, are you jealous of me?
Why would I be jealous of you?
Just because you're pissed off with Colin for leaving you doesn't mean you have to embarrass yourself by threatening to get your revenge. That's so corny and sad. It's a little disappointing to see you like this. I looked up to you so much.
Wow, you're absolutely delusional. It's amazing how messed up you are inside.
I'm sorry to say this to you, Jenny, but Colin and I are going to be happy no matter what happens. In fact, we're already quite happy. Anyways, see you! Jenny, what is going on? What did you do? Colin's being transferred to Buffalo?
Oh, Buffalo? How nice. They should have found somewhere even more remote if they wanted to kick him out of the city.
That reaction. You did this, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it was you. Why else would Colin suddenly be transferred out to the boonies?
Great job, Sherlock.
I knew something was fishy. The timing of it all. It had to be you. Colin's boss contacted him out of the blue and announced his transfer out of nowhere. You told Colin's boss to transfer him to the middle of nowhere, right?
Come on, Cassidy, calm down. I'm his ex-wife, not a god. I don't have the power to do something like that. All I did was tell his workplace that he was having an affair while on the job.
Why would you do that?
Before our divorce, I asked Colin to show me evidence of the affair. I demanded that I wanted to see everything before I signed the divorce papers.
Wait, I don't want to know where this is going.
And you know what he did? He showed me everything. He went into so much detail, telling me about how he went on a date on this day or that day. He showed me pictures of you two together. I didn't even need to ask. He was so excited to show off the affair.
How could he be so stupid?
So I took everything that he showed me and shared it with his workplace. I didn't say transfer him to the boonies or anything like that. That was their decision to make. All I said was, "Are you sure you want an employee fraternizing with his mistress while working?"
And that's why they transferred him? Colin said his manager might even demote him.
Oh, that would mean he'd lose a big chunk of his salary too, no? That's unfortunate.
How could you do this to us, Jenny? How could you destroy a newly wedded couple like that? And I'm expecting a baby too, Jenny. We're about to start a family. How am I going to survive with him living hours away from the baby and I?
Why don't you just move to Buffalo?
What? Me? In Buffalo? I was born and raised in the city. How could I live out in the middle of nowhere?
Come on, Cassidy. Buffalo isn't that bad. It's not like it's some remote village. It's a decent city.
You think you can split us up? You think you can get in our way? Colin is smart. He'll figure out a way to get his position back, or find a new job or something. And I'm from a rich family. I can deliver the baby on my own. My parents will help me have my baby.
I wonder if things are actually going to go that way.
What do you mean? Did you do something else? What else did you meddle with, Jenny?
I hope everything goes as planned, Cassidy.
Jenny, what did you do? What did you say to my parents?
Aw, what's wrong now? Things aren't going as planned.
I told them I wanted to stay with them and deliver the baby, but they said they don't want anything to do with me. They said they won't even help me after the birth. They said I'm on my own.
Oh, that's too bad for you. You were really banking on them a few hours ago.
I know you did this. What did you say to my parents? They won't answer any of my calls or reply to any of my text messages.
All I did was explain the context of the divorce. I told them that I was getting a divorce because of you.
I already told them about all of that. They accepted that I was having an affair with your ex-husband and that the marriage is a result of that.
They accepted the affair part, right? But I don't think you told them that you were using one of their apartments without their permission. They weren't so happy about that.
Oh, God, no. The apartment.
I told them that you were using the apartments to mess around with Colin and that if they plan on renting out the room, they should hire a house cleaner to thoroughly clean out the space.
What? How do you know about the apartment? Who told you?
Like I said before, Colin told me everything.
Oh, no. He couldn't have.
There was a photo and a video of you and Colin sneaking into your parents' apartment to do God knows what.
Why would he show you that?
The value of a property is critical for real estate owners. But you know what's more important? Trust and integrity. So no wonder your parents were upset with you. You messed with the integrity of their business by using the property without their permission.
Hey, Jenny. How's it going? Thank you for introducing me to such a great lawyer. Thanks to you, I might be able to ask for some sort of financial compensation for emotional damages.
Really? That's amazing.
I can't ask for all of my money back, but we might be able to get $10,000 or so, which is more than enough for me.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for you.
She'd always say things like she'd leave me if I didn't get her an expensive gift, or that she'd cheat on me if I didn't give her an allowance. The lawyer said those statements could be considered threats, so I might be able to get part of the money I spent on her back as compensation for emotional damages.
I thought so too. I mean, her list of things she hates about you were ridiculous. I've never met anyone as shallow as Cassidy in my life.
Honestly, Jenny, thank you so much. At first, I thought it was my fault that Cassidy was leaving me. I thought I wasn't doing enough and I deserved what was happening to me. But thanks to you, I feel so much better about myself. I know I can move forward onto better things. I didn't do anything wrong. I just got entangled with a messed up woman.
I'm glad you're feeling that way. Even though we haven't had the best of luck with dating, let's hope things look up for us. I got my alimony, you might get your 10K. That's a decent sum of money. Let's stay positive and strong and everything will be okay.
You are the worst thing that has happened to me! Why do you keep torturing me? Finn just demanded that I pay him 10K!
It's your fault for threatening him and abusing him like you did. Stop complaining and pay him what he asked for.
I can't pay that money. I don't have money like that anymore.
If you don't have money, then why don't you ask your rich parents?
I can't. They're ignoring me now. This is your fault. You did this to me. You took everything from me.
Oh, shut up, Cassidy. You dug this grave yourself. There's no one else but yourself to blame here.
It goes to voicemail no matter how many times I call them, and all of the texts I sent them are being left on read. I can't pay Finn 10K. That would ruin me.
Then why don't you ask Colin for help? He's your brand new husband. He'd probably help you since you're his sweet, lovely wife.
You know I can't do that either. I asked Colin for help, but he said I have to figure out how to solve the situation with Finn on my own. He said he doesn't have money to spend on a woman who might not even be the mother of his child.
Oh, wow. He turned you down pretty aggressively.
And how does he know everything? How does he know that I've had an abortion 3 times? How did you know about that? Why did you tell him about that? It was private. No one was supposed to know.
I'll be straight with you. I was pissed off. That's all this is. I told you I was going to get my revenge, right? I told you I was going to destroy you for what you did.
You did all of this because you were pissed off?
I was looking for something juicy that I could use to ruin you. Looks like you were quite the wild child in college, huh?
That's terrible. How could you do this to me? Just because you're jealous of my happiness doesn't mean you have the right to destroy it.
You can say whatever you want to say. I'm not a big fan of people who stand on the backs of other people in order to be happy.
But that doesn't warrant any of this. You tore my family apart. You tore my new marriage apart. My parents don't want anything to do with me anymore, and Colin and I are on the brink of divorcing already.
If you two can get through this and still be happy, then it must be true love. Until then, good luck.
How could you say that? You think you can walk away after everything you did to me?
Did you forget what you did, Cassidy? You hurt Finn, you hurt me and my marriage with Colin. You hurt your parents. I think you deserve every single bit of what's happening to you.
Shut up! Just shut up! I have to deliver the baby on my own because of everything you did. Colin said he didn't think I was such a promiscuous person, and if the paternity test comes back negative, he's going to divorce me.
And? Is it actually his?
Of course it's his child, but he won't believe anything I say anymore. He said he can't trust a woman that would throw herself onto a married man. He said he questions my morals and can't trust me anymore.
Huh, that's rich coming from the cheater himself. He was also married when he was sleeping with you. Classic Colin. He always finds a way to stroke his own ego.
I can't do this anymore. This isn't the happy life I was envisioning for myself. My mother and father and husband are all gone. How am I supposed to have this baby?
Oh, you'll be fine. You weren't scared of throwing yourself on your manager's husband. I think you'll be just fine. You'll figure out a way to survive the situation, too.
Are you patronizing me or supporting me? Which one is it?
Neither. You manipulated and hurt so many people. I don't care what happens to you. I think it's more than fair that you're in this situation.
I hate you, Jenny!
Anyway, I feel pretty good about how things are wrapping up. I won't be involving myself with you anymore, so don't worry. Hope you figure out a way to be happy. On your own. Cassidy eventually delivered the baby on her own. Even though the DNA test proved Colin was the father, Colin found a new woman while working in Buffalo and barely comes down to New York City to see Cassidy. What a jerk. Now she's stuck with a newborn baby and no one to rely on. On top of all of that, Cassidy's parents are still ignoring her, so she has no choice but to stay with Colin so that she can figure out a way to raise the baby. Oh, and Finn? He used the 10K he got from Cassidy to travel. I wonder. wonder where that parasite is today. Hi, Steph. There she is! I found it. Where's my dinner? You better not make me starve. I thought I told you that I won't be back till late tonight. Excuse me. I left you a note telling you what time I'll be back. Have you not read it? No. I always leave it whenever I need to pass on messages, and you do the same. Well, I only just read it, so it's too late. You better come and cook me something to eat now. How can I? I told you I'll be home late. I'm at work right now. Oh, please. Stop pretending like you're a busy career woman. You don't work. I know you don't have a job. You don't fool me, you stupid cow. Stop making excuses and cook my dinner right now. I do have a job, thank you very much. Ask Brian yourself if you don't believe me. Ask your husband, George. Why would I even need to lie about that anyway? What good will that do for me? You're just a poor, useless high school dropout. Thanks. Oh, on that note, I forgot to tell you that you are not to come on our vacation this month. You mean the trip to Paris? Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. Do you have any idea what you're talking about? I might as well remind you that this vacation is meant to be my honeymoon with your son. You're the one who, for some crazy reason, invited yourself over here. This is our honeymoon. No, this is a family vacation. No, you made it into a family vacation. And that's exactly what it is. A family vacation. And that's exactly why you will not be joining us. But I am family now, aren't I? I'm your son's wife. Oh, don't make me laugh. Who said you were part of our family? You might be on paper, but that's no use to me. You ungrateful, unfaithful piece of cow dung. Ungrateful? Unfaithful? What's that supposed to mean? Ungrateful because you think you can live in my house for free like some parasite. Unfaithful because why else would you come home late? You're sleeping with someone else behind my son's back, and I know it. I am not, thank you very much. Those are just empty accusations. Then why are you coming so late? You've been at home for the last few months. Then all of a sudden, you leave the house, coming home late at night. What else would you be doing besides being unfaithful to my son? Is that really what you think I left the house this morning for? You're crazy! You're stuck in your room all day. You don't have a job. So what else are you doing? Who is it? OMG. I've told you 100 times that I have to work from home because of COVID. But every now and then I have to go to the office for some meetings. Today is just one of those days. A meeting shouldn't last till that late in the evening, should it? You're right, but this is a global meeting which lasts till late because of the time difference with the UK, which is where my company's HQ is at. I don't expect you to understand all of this, but believe me when I tell you that I'm just working. Every single darn day. Oh, of course. You're working at home. I bet you're just shopping online on your computer all day. You think I don't know? What the? I'm working! Ugh, you think you're a good liar as well, don't you? What on earth does Brian see in a woman like you? Just get a divorce and stay away from us, will you? I honestly don't know why you hate me so much. What did I ever do to you? I have to breathe the same air as you do. That's what I don't like. How can you be that rude? I can't deal with this today. I need to focus on work. I have to go. Bye, Steph. Your mom was crazy again today. When is she going to accept us as a married couple? When is she going to accept me? Me! I don't know how much of this I can take.
Oh man, not again. I'm so sorry, babe.
You've got nothing to be sorry for. It's not your fault at all.
Well, she's my mom. I feel bad.
She just doesn't believe a single thing I say. She told me to get divorced with you earlier.
What? Did she really say that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
She told me not to go on the family vacation with you guys as well. I was like, what the hell? I was the one who booked it for you and me until she used my credit card without asking me to book her and your data room.
Oh, man. I can't believe this. She used your credit card again?
Yes. I didn't want to make a big fuss about it, but the more I think about it, the angrier I get.
I would be too. Trust me. I can't believe my mom treats my wife like this. It's been years since we met, started dating, and got married. When is this gonna stop?
You're asking me? I just don't get it. Like, for example, I tell her that I'm working from home on my laptop. Because that's what you would do if you're working from home, right?
Right.
She doesn't believe me. I tell her I need to go into the office for a work meeting. She doesn't believe me.
Yeah.
I tell her that we're going to Paris on our honeymoon. She says she's joining us, claiming it's a family vacation.
Right.
What am I supposed to do here?
Dad and I both tried to talk to her the other day. We tried explaining what working remotely means in layman's terms, but she just doesn't get it. It's just no use. I guess it's just a generational thing. I mean, she doesn't even know how to turn on a PC, so I'm not surprised.
Right. But your dad gets it, so why can't she?
I don't know, babe. And I spoke to her about our honeymoon, too. That this was our honeymoon, but she was just insistent in joining us. Dad couldn't even convince her either. She's crazy.
OMG. Like, how can she tell me not to go on my own honeymoon? And then invite herself to join? I don't get it.
Yeah, she thinks she planned a family trip for us, which is insane. It's so typical of her not to want us to be alone. But look, we'll keep reminding her that it's our honeymoon and she'll stop bugging us. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I asked Dad to help us out there too.
Yeah,
Let's not worry too much about it.
yeah. I'm glad you and your dad both get it. And I'm glad I talked to you about it. I feel a bit better now.
Of course. Anything for you. You know that.
Thanks, babe.
Danielle, you better come shopping with me tomorrow. I want you to hold my bags for me. Do you understand?
Steph? No, I don't think so. I plan to go to brunch with Brian before we head to the airport. We want to spend our last meal in Paris together before we fly back home. Weren't you going to do some more sightseeing with George?
Well, scrap that and do what I tell you to do. Shopping will go smoothly if it's just the women, and we won't have to deal with the men moaning about it. George and I decided to do things separately today.
Right. I'm not sure about George, but I don't think Brian will mind if we all go shopping together. And that's besides the point. I've already made plans, so I'm sorry, but I can't go shopping with you.
You are coming with me, and that's that.
But
Look, we haven't done anything that involves just you and me. Isn't that right?
right.
So take this as me trying to build a relationship with you.
Oh,
Just tag along with me and hold my things. All right?
well, we already reserved a table for the brunch, and they'll charge us 20% if we cancel now.
And do you think I care? Be at the shopping mall at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Understood.
Right. Okay. Steph, where are you? I've been waiting here for about 10 minutes now. Is there a long line for the ladies' room? Or are you lost or something?
Just hold on. I'll be with you in about 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Take that! You ugly, filthy, worthless parasite of a woman! You better stay there and rot in hell!
Hi, Steph. What's going on?
We'll never be seeing you again! Ha!
What? What do you mean?
Once I'm done shopping here, the rest of us will be taking off soon. It looks like you'll be left behind in Paris. Poor thing. Good luck trying to make your way back home to the US.
What? I thought we were meant to go shopping now. That's why I came here at 10 a.m. like you said. Well done for following my instructions. So, wait, where are you? I'm just doing some last-minute shopping somewhere else. And I'll be off to the airport after this, without you. But I'm nowhere near the airport. You said you'd meet me at this specific shopping mall. It's way out in the city and miles away from the airport? That's right. Isn't that lovely? So you just decided to leave me behind? You were planning to leave me here all along? Of course. But what about George and Brian? My husband is on the way to the airport as we text. I'll be meeting him and Brian there. Before you even think about it, don't bother trying to make it to the airport now. You'll need to collect your belongings at the hotel first, and by then, you would have missed the flight anyway. What? How could you do this to me? Oh, I just thought it might be for everyone's best interest if you stayed far, far away from us. What better city than in Paris? All the way in Europe. Right? OMG. How evil and twisted can you get? What is wrong with you? I'd do anything to have my beloved son back. Get a divorce and don't make me say it again. Do you think you can break us up like this? Is this your way of trying? I'm sure you'll see for yourself that you'll eventually succumb to me. Good luck surviving in a country where you can't speak the language. What the? It serves you right for being a lowlife. What is that supposed to mean? Exactly that. Are you so stupid that you don't even understand what I'm saying? Can you read English? Gosh, you have no idea how glad I am to have done this. Stay away from my son. Excuse me. What's so funny? Well, this is pretty hilarious. I hope you're laughing out loud like I am over here. Why should I be? Well, I suppose you'd like to know that we've already checked in at the airport. We? Who's we? And we're about to board in a few minutes. What? Who? Are you with George and Brian? Well, you got that right. No. Oh, no. It seems like you're the one left in Paris now. Not me. Did you say that you were doing some last-minute shopping now? Have fun! Oh, don't be daft. How stupid can you get? Why don't you call George or Brian? They're with me now. I can say hi to you if you want to hear my voice too. What? No, that'll cost too much. That'll be the same as making a call abroad. I'm confused. This is confusing. Don't make things up. I'm meeting my husband and Brian at the airport soon, and we are taking off, flying back home without you. I don't think that's going to happen, Steph. Like I said, they're both with me now. We all knew you were up to something during this trip. When you told George about your conniving little scheme, he kindly told me about it, you see. And we just planned our own little getaway back home, without you. What? No, that's not true. And by the way, George told me to tell you that he has had enough of you and wants a divorce. It looks like you will get a divorce in the end, like you always wanted. But it's for you and not me. How does it feel, Steph? Does it hurt? Oh, I bet it does. Ouch. No, the flight doesn't leave for another hour. I'm on my way there anyway, so I'll still make it. This was all planned out properly, and it will still go the way I planned it to be. What are you talking about? Do you think you can get on this flight in less than an hour? This is an international flight, not a domestic one, you know. You're going to need more than an hour to get on the flight, Steph. What? So you really are at the airport? You were at the shopping mall just a while ago. You said so yourself. How could you be at the airport already? Oh, I forgot how intelligent you were. You still don't get it, do you? Like I said, we all knew you would do something so horrible and sly like this. So we prepared for that and made our own plans, and we were lucky that we did. 'Cause look at where we are and look at where you are now. So, are you telling me that George went against me? He's my husband. He wouldn't do that to me. And Brian. Yep. All I did was tell him to head to the airport just as I pretended to go and meet you. Clever, isn't it? If you ask me, all of this, it serves you right.
What the hell? What the hell?
This is for all the condescending things you've said to me over the years, and for all the criticizing you've done, and for all the bullying. Serves you right.
What in the world do you think you're doing? Get me out of here! Don't you dare get on that flight! You better tell George and Brian to wait for me. If they dare leave without me, they won't know what's coming for them.
Well, good luck.
You're just a poor, sad woman. You have nothing better to do but to live off my son and be a gold digger. He deserves an educated, wealthy, and beautiful woman. Not you!
For crying out loud, I earn $200K a year. I'm on the board of directors in my company. I earn more in a year than you could ever earn in your entire lifetime.
What the?
Yes, and I told you that Brian and I are only living with you temporarily. Do you think we're living with you out of choice? Our new house is taking much longer for the renovations because of COVID. I've told you 1,000 times before, and you still don't get it, do you? Trust me, we'll be out of that house before you make it back home.
Wait, $200K? Stop lying!
I'm not lying. I pay my rent at your house and pay the bills as well, if you didn't know. So stop calling me a parasite.
You do not! You're lying again.
I'm not. Brian and George would both tell you that I do. You've either gone deaf or you weren't listening when they told you.
I had no idea. But I still don't believe you.
Well, you think what you want. Why would I lie about my income to you? I only told you so that you'd stop calling me poor. I would have chosen not to tell you at all if I could. But since you keep going on about it, I thought, why not? Just to shut you up.
How dare you talk to me like that?
While I'm at it, let me tell you the reason why we chose to come to Paris this time. When I was at high school, I studied here for a few months to study French. So you were making fun of me saying I couldn't speak the language here. But look who's laughing now. I'm the one that's fluent in French, and I take it you're not. Good luck getting back home from France to the US.
What? You can speak French?
Didn't you notice that I was the one ordering our food whenever we went out to eat? Or were you not listening then either?
Oh,
I suppose you weren't. I suppose your mind was preoccupied planning this evil conspiracy against me that you didn't realize anything at all.
Just shut up. Who do you think you are to leave me here like this?
All I did was do exactly what you planned to do on me. In fact, I executed your plan better than you did. Don't you think? If you hadn't decided to go shopping all out on your own, leaving George to head to the airport, you would have still made it to this flight. So whose fault is that? Yours, right?
Well, guess what, you cow? Surprise, surprise. I just got to the airport. I bet you didn't think I could get here so fast, did you?
Oh, well, congratulations. You made it to the airport. Well done. Sadly, we're about to board, meaning the gates are now closed, and so are the doors to the plane. They called out for you a few times. That was hilarious. You should have heard. In fact, I've recorded it, so I'll have Brian send it to you later when we land back home.
No. Don't be ridiculous. Tell them to open the gate for me. And tell George and Brian to pick up my calls.
They're telling me to tell you to use your credit card and wit to manage without them. If you have any, that is. It's too bad that you have a strong American accent and don't know a lick of French. I hope the French locals can make out what you're saying to help you. 'Cause trust me, you're gonna need it.
I'm your mother-in-law. Don't you feel any remorse for what you're doing to me?
No?
I'm an elderly.
You're still in your 50s. You can manage. Oh, it looks like we need to switch off our phones now.
No. Wait. Danielle, don't you dare.
Bye! After all of this drama, Steph, the evil mother-in-law, managed to get back home to the States. It took her 3 long days full of confusion, panic, and frustration. She was certainly not a happy bunny when she landed back on US soil. By then, Danielle and Brian had moved out to their newly renovated home with George. George filed for divorce, and it looks like he'll be staying with them until the divorce is finalized. So much for her planning to boycott their honeymoon and abandon Danielle in Paris. Look where her selfishness got her. Karma is a cow, isn't it? What goes around, comes around. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it and see you in the next one.